Know your numbers, back costing, data, etc, etc. That's the title of this video. Just going to do a little car vlog on this because I like going for an evening drive. It's around about 6 o'clock and it's still 28 degrees. It is hot, man. Anyway, the reason why I sparked this conversation is YouTube's picking up for me, so I want to do more stuff. Now I use my AI machine because it knows everything about me. It goes through all of our project management board, my Gmail, everything. And it said this would be a great topic for you to do a YouTube video on. So it's all around back costing, data, do you know your numbers, etc, etc. Now, this is fantastic for anyone who is running a business, growing, doing Facebook advertising, Google advertising, knowing whether they're making money or not on building projects, plumbing, electrical, whatever. Now, I'm obviously a QS, but I never used to be like a really dialed in numbers guy, but now I'm becoming a very dialed in numbers guy. So this builder today obviously was quoting a £1 million project, thereabout. We gave him a fee of about £2,500 to do a full QS takeoff. So this is the full shebang, tender summary, material schedule, program, etc, etc. And he said to me, mate, this sounds like a good job, I want to do it. And I was like, cool, how have your past jobs to date been? He's like, yeah, not too bad, like I think we do okay. And I was like, what do you mean you think? Like, do you back cost all your jobs? And he's like, what's back costing? And I was like, bro, you need to back cost some jobs to find out whether you're profitable or not, where you make money, where you lose money. Now, I knew when I was running my building company, we made so much cash on decks. Fuck, I used to make good money on decks. And the reason is especially when I put my like Quilla or Pine decking order in advance, I always had a strict 25% markup on that. If I got paid 10 grand, I'd pay the supplier straight away, whatever it was, 7.5, 8K, boom, I was profit then and there. So I said to this guy, do you not at least do a rough back cost and just look at what was your labor bill? How much did you charge on labor? What was your materials? What was your subs? He's like, nah. And I was like, there's a great tool called Zero Projects where you can put every single sub-trade invoice into your Zero Projects, link it against a job. Every time you do a partial claim, deposit or final invoice, you can lodge invoices and also claims of accounts payable as well in there. Or you can now use artificial intelligence and you can literally get a VA to manage an inbox per job, and every single job cost you put an address on it. So whenever your subbies invoice you, your contractors, your builders, whatever it is, the job address goes into an Excel, you just dump it all in there, put it under materials, subbies or labor, and then at the end of the job, you can literally get your AI agent to go in and say, hey, back cost this job, tell me where we made money versus what we estimated, where we lost money and where we broke even. Now, point of this video is I'm getting like heavily obsessed with data, right? So I'm literally just looking at from January till now, I'm looking at my biggest months, my smallest months, why we haven't grown in 3 months. We grew 650% from Jan till end of March. We've stayed stagnant for those 3, and now I'm really trying to look at why we haven't grown. And it literally, what I did is I downloaded all my data from Facebook ads, all my data from Xero, all my data from GHL, and I was looking at what was our spend, where was our return of customer, where was our main customer coming from, what was our average return rate, around about 42%, what was our average new customer rate, and what was their average job value. So I was getting super obsessed with like new customer, existing customer, how much it costs to acquire a customer, what was our ad spend, etc. And then you get real good dials of where you're at. So my current ROAS, return on ad spend, is around about 8.5, all right? That's on Meta. So every pound I spend, I get 8.5 pounds back, and the average selling cycle is 2 weeks. So if I put 10,000 pounds in today, on average, I'll get 8.5, did I say 10,000? 10,000 pounds today. On average, now, I wouldn't be able to keep up with delivery here, I would get 85,000 pounds back, 8.5, whatever it is, or 65. So that as a business owner, those are the numbers you want to know. Like, what's your monthly numbers? What did you do to get those sales or those revenue numbers? And how you can increase on that. So back costing and looking at how you're running your business is all super important. So you can literally set up your AI agent in your business, connect it to your Xero, connect it to your like CRM tool, connect it to where you keep all your data, how you know where customers are coming from, etc. And look at your biggest constraints, how you can get repeat business, etc, etc. And at the end of every month, you can literally just pull a report. Now, it sounds all fancy, it takes a bit of time. AI does 85% of it, but it's just like you can get the majority of your data at the drop of a hat done. So I know right now we're trying to scale Google Ads. So my average CPL, customer cost per lead, was around about £9 a month ago. Now it's 22. So I'm like, fuck, I made 20 static creatives, about 7 to 8 new video creatives, and we got them live at the moment. We're currently in the the learning phase, so we've got to go through that. But once we get out of that, we should narrow down our cost per lead, get that down, then we can scale again. But for this builder, or if you're a business owner are watching this is super, super important to look at. Okay, cool. Well, what is my current service? How many services do I offer? What's my most profitable one? What's the one that's the least profitable? And how do I double down on the ones that make the fucking most money? Because that's why we're all in business, man. I've worked 4 hours this morning, took 3.5 hours off during the day, went to the beach, went for a walk, went and did some pushies, pulleys. Now I'll chill, but I like to come alive at around 6 p.m. after dinner till around about 9:30, 10. Make some NZD calls, finish up some shit. So it's that's what I like to look at, the data, and know where we're profitable and what I can be doing to double down. So you as a business owner, super, super important to look at those key functions. And all I look at every single week is ad spend, new customers, repeat customers, average job value, lifetime per customer. So we've got some customers which we paid £10 to get their data from last year, but they've put £10,000 for us. Amazing ROI. But then we've also got customers where they fucking bought last year in June, they filled out 3 more lead forms, cost me £10 each time, I'll get you eventually, and we never got them. So that's also the most frustrating. So every single business owner just needs to look at those key big metrics. What is your cost per lead? What are you spending on marketing? Where's your business coming from, and how you double down on that? So let me know in the comments if you found that insightful and informative. But back costing is super important. I would urge everyone, the next job that you do, whether it's 50K, 200K, 500K, put all your costs to that job in an inbox, throw it at a VA, hire a VA for a month or 2 months, and just go 5 hours a week, look at every single cost for that job, give them a spreadsheet, tell them to drop it all in there, break it into the certain sections, total labor costs, total material, etc. every time you do a project management as well, and get them to back cost it. And you and your business, you want to know what was the most profitable jobs you do, what are the least profitable, and how you can double down on the most profitable. Shout out.